What's going on, guys? We're gonna get right to it, but I just want to update you guys. My expectation for this game is we'll probably be doing about 2 to 3 missions per day, just kind of depending on time and how things are going for us. But I was interested as well to know what your favorite Lord of the Rings game has been. I've always been really in love with Return of the King, but on top of that, I do remember, I think it might have been for like PS3, there's a really awesome like RPG turn-based style Lord of the Rings game. It had some lesser known characters, I guess, and kind of telling their part of the story. But I just remember being in like a kingdom, well, a castle, and the walls being breached by some of the orcs, and you were just in this crazy battle, and it seemed like there was an endless wave of them coming down, and you had to battle everything from like the orcs that would just detonate when they meet the wall, to the gigantic, uruks, the normal orcs, and then the like ogre-looking things that were out there. So it was really crazy, especially if you didn't level up and skill your players correctly. But drop down in the comments what your favorite one is, and let me know why, or maybe your favorite Lord of the Rings character as well, because as we've seen this universe expand, we've got introduced to quite a lot of different perspectives and players. But with that said, let's go ahead and get to it. We're starting off checking out Golem, who we got to see for the first time towards the end of last video.
What sort of rodent hides in the shadows, I wonder?
Something of great power has left its mark on him. I sense it.
And you feel he has answers?
For both of us.
We should find them then.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
These tracks are not quite human. Not quite beast.
Even more reason to investigate.
Be wary. This creature leads us to peril. It would appear the creature is an apt climber.
Slaves finally escaped. That was my camp. Their first attempt would have been met with blood. Cut their legs in the teeth. They can dig on stuff.
I sense it knows more of me than I know of myself.
How could a rodent possibly know of a wraith?
It is somehow connected to me. I feel it.
Walls are no obstacle for it. Your creature's path is fraught with danger.
Yeah, we have ran through quite a amount of orcs here, so it just almost feels like a trap.
The runt's tracks lead us right into that cannibal cave. There! It's on the run!
Sure, that was meant to probably throw us off track.
What manner of spell is this?
A lost heir, Talion.
You remember?
A few broken images, yes. And now I wish that I didn't.
Your family was...
Perhaps that pain is what connects us.
That's it, creature! What do you want?
you know, tried to call it. I knew it was probably going to be trapped.
Hold it right there!
I'd say let's get out while the getting's good. Oh.
Your cowardly creature lurks
Alright, so they
around
take
us
2
somewhere.
charged headshots. That's not good at all.
You will remember Precious. We will make him. Yes, yes, yes. We must have it back. We must have it. Quiet. Quiet, Precious.
Think you could sneak up on me so easily, eh?
No, don't hurt us.
Ask Talion. What does he know of it?
Bright Master. Yes, we knows. Bright Master came to us in our dreams.
You see.
Precious. It showed us. It showed us treasures of the Bright Master.
No more wraiths.
Yes, we swears. We swears to serve the Bright Master. We takes him to his treasures.
I do not trust him.
But we need him. Do you not wish to know who I am?
Okay, so definitely a huge setup there. He pretty much says it himself. I think Celebrimbor's search for his memories is gonna end up putting us in quite a situation. But interesting nonetheless. Nice to see Golem still has that multiple personality thing going on. Okay, let's see what missions we have. So this is Golem showing us some more things. Drawn to the wraith who he calls the Bright Master. Your fate seems bound to him. We have Ratbag climbing the ranks. So his hunger for power is growing. Okay. I thought I'd seen a third one somewhere. Ah. Okay, and then we have the Outcast. So in the last episode as well, we had saved one of the I guess captains maybe, but definitely a previous quote-unquote friend of Talion, and he happened to have known some information, it seemed like, on the Black Hand and kind of what was going on. I think I want to check out Ratbag next though, because that relationship between him and Talion is pretty funny to me. You can tell Talion's a pretty serious dude, especially given everything he's gone through. But with that said, he definitely has a strong dislike for the orcs, and he doesn't hide it at all, whereas Celebrimbor, for some reason, is definitely a little bit more willing to kind of bend the rules, I guess. He doesn't really seem as hated by them, even though it seems like they probably have fallen into the same situation where they were sacrificed, or at least their family was killed by the Black Hand and probably the orcs, so... Okay, cool. So if you jump high enough from a certain area.
We'll
Like
search
said.
all Mordor to kill man if have to.
Okay. So we found a random captain. I said, why not? Let's go ahead and take him out. Okay, somebody has acid. Another captain. Okay.
I'm gonna give you a little something extra for all the trouble you caused.
Alright, so I told you guys those captains that have these acidic weapons and stuff, they become very problematic very, very fast. Crap. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, save ourselves here. We do got one captain that's weak, so we can get him for some intel. Alright, they got us. So you'll see the progression of what's going to happen right now. Okay, he was a level 11, so at least we didn't get killed by, you know, a noob. And as you can see, ones we haven't even had anything to deal with have kind of been increasing via their own goals and like little side objectives for themselves that they've done. Some captains can be found engaging in power struggles, challenging one another for dominance or proving themselves. These missions can be a good opportunity to catch the captain you're hunting in a vulnerable position. So for instance, one of the first captains we've seen, he happened to be weak to Caragors, so we could have used that in our advantage if he was trying to prove himself by, you know, fighting one or whatever the case would have been. If you don't intervene, these captains will complete their missions when time passes, killing each other and growing in power. So the only time passes is generally when we complete a mission, if we reach a tower and we kind of force the time to progress, or if we die. And so some things happen there. We don't have any information about his strengths or weaknesses just yet, but we could have took him out, to be honest. It's a 2-on-1 situation and we haven't really upgraded anything, so I'm not completely shocked. Now that does force us to have an issue with what we're doing, but thanks to us having towers, we can fast travel to make up a little bit of that time, so we're not wasting. Alright, let's see what Ratbag has in store for us. Ratbag's hunger for power is growing, and so is his usefulness to your cause. Keep him alive, and he'll bring you one step closer to the Black Hand of Sauron.
You call this a duel? No! I call this losing a duel, you glob! Right here? Is it good? Is that good? I'm just... Oh.
We'd better hurry, or he'll lose his head.
Awfully tempting, isn't it?
Alright, so Ratbag's gone and got himself in some more trouble.
Can't see you coming.
So let's go ahead and take out some of these archers so we can go ahead and get some easy experience or money or whatever we'll end up getting from our bonus objective here.
say it! What? You hear that? We're gonna cut you to ribbons!
I'll just jump down and get to it.
You! These scum know better than tarks like you. And I will show everyone here how low that is.
Alright, so useless to try to do any ranged attacks against him.
I will give your corpse to my master. Blood for the Dark Lord!
Shield guys get very annoying because you can't do, you know, an ordinary change of kind of like blocking their attacks. You have no choice but to kind of roll out of the way essentially. At least you get a little bit more upgraded. To get as many of these surrounding guys out as we can.
We're going to cut you apart!
Okay, so somebody has a spear.
A worthy foe!
Yeah, don't expect the orcs to do you any favors in terms of making it easy by any means. Alright, let's drain him so we can get some more elf shot. Now that we have a one-on-one, it can be a little bit easier for us.
Blade to blade!
Alright, so when their health goes low enough, you see them change from green, which is basically when we're able to start like grabbing them, interrogating them and things. So be careful, because they will try to take off on you. So the war chiefs are in the back. As it mentions, they're the most powerful rank in the forces, so generally they're going to have the most strengths and probably the least deadly weaknesses to themselves. Captains aspire to become war chiefs. Some will murder, assassinate, and backstab their way to the top. Of course, that's Uruk society. Others will try to gain favor or protection by serving war chiefs as bodyguards. So you might come across one of these war chiefs and they might have 3 captains rolling around with them, on top of some of those perks like gangs or having Caragors with them and stuff. So it gets pretty crazy. This connection indicates that Brog is the bodyguard of an unknown war chief. So let's go ahead and check out who he's serving. Mog, the other twin. So it looks like they're actually related, and he's pretty much making sure his brother's covered. So in order to draw out a war chief, you will need to perform a showdown mission. These will be located near his stronghold. which make sure you're ready, skill up, do whatever you needed to do to get yourself together, because you're going to get surrounded pretty quick. On top of dealing with whatever kind of situation they might have going on, lots of archers, lots of Caragors. One might be in a territory that has a grog in it. Let's see what he has going on. So we can use range attacks on him, which is good, and we can hurt him with combat finishers. He doesn't like to see his bodyguard suffer. It's his brother, so that makes sense. He doesn't like Caragors. He's battle hardened, so he's going to be a lot harder for us to kill, which means we might not be able to interrogate him. We'll just have to off his head. His weapon can be set on fire. He does jump attacks, and he's fearless, so he's never going to just turn tail and flee. And there goes his brother.
Ranger! Oh, well, now that's what I call teamwork, eh?
Go before I change my mind.
What about our deal?
Deal is over.
Very well then, I just thought that we... Right. Wait! Ranger! Watch this. Once the war chief hears of my victory, he'll make me his personal bodyguard.
And how does this help me?
A backstabbing bodyguard? I'll take care of one of the war chiefs for you. And you do the other four on your own. Then we'll meet at the training camp, right? I'll make sure the war chief is there. And you're ready for him. What do you say?
Make sure you keep your head on your neck this time.
Yeah, well, that's my plan. Yeah.
Orcs.
Feel like he might have a soft spot for him. Alright. So our plan is to basically have Ratbag overtake as one of the war chiefs, in the grand scheme of things. What's really cool too is that you see some of these orcs get promoted and stuff, from either just being a regular one to a captain, or from a captain to an actual war chief. You kind of see their armor and weapons and stuff upgrade as well, so it's pretty dope.
This Ratbag led us up the chain of command in spite of himself.
He has a gift for failure.
Let's go get that rune. %35% chance on the word Ulrich's near a headshot kill will flee. Okay, that's nice. Kind of thin out the area. So ultimately, you can see in the top left where we're going to want to kill the other 4 war chiefs. And let's just see what we have mission wise. I think we'll end up wrapping this up here. But we still have the mission with the previous friend and trying to get some information about the Black Hand from them. There's a bunch of power struggle missions going on off to the side, which we'll try to dive into once we get the chance to actually start having some more control over some of these wraith powers. Okay, we have the option to go ahead and eliminate the war chief, which I'm assuming Ratbag was dealing with, and then we have the mission with Golem. So I think next video we'll go ahead and actually knock out all 3 of those missions, and then we'll take a look actually right now at upgrading our guy right here. So earn XP to gain abilities and unlock powerful ability points and unlock powerful new abilities. Play power struggles to earn more power quickly, and then we can unlock some ability tiers. It looks like we also have enough Mirian, as they call it, to purchase an upgrade, so we can press R2 in this menu to check out the attributes. Alright, so let's see. We have the Ranger skill tree, and then we have the skill tree for the Wraiths. The yellow ones you only unlock by playing the missions, so there's a variety of them throughout the Wraith side. The Ranger is pretty much unlocked, and then we have all the red ones, which is basically you need to, of course, hit your prerequisites and stuff. Okay. Counter enemies, so that will be nice to have. I'm not worried about the aerial one right now. So counter enemies, we can kind of stun them once we actually hit them to give us a little bit more breathing room. I think that would definitely be an excellent use of a skill there, and then having the chance to kind of execute as we're attacking would be nice. And this is where we'll get some of those wow kills in there. We'll need to get enough for the rest of these, but let's check out the wraith. So when we drop or like skip over something, we have the ability to speed up. Okay, this is what I was trying to do in the first video. You can shoot the fire, it'll kind of cause an explosion. So as long as they're not immune, it'll do some significant damage. Definitely want that. We have the wraith stun already, and then we can choose to go ahead and ride Caragors, which I think will be a nice addition for us with being able to tame our first beast. What's in the tier 2? Caragor hunting, stealth drain. You know what, let's hold on to this last one for now, because we haven't really ran into a whole lot of Caragors as of yet. Also, in addition to that though, next video I'm sure we'll be unlocking some of these other ones, and I just want to make the best use of what we have for now. So Mirian is the currency to upgrade your weapons and increase your maximum health, focus, and elf shot. So we can earn them by finding collectibles, completing side missions, and all the other things in the world. Not worried about the health specifically. We can get more slots there. I think what's been a saving grace for me so far, at least until I get back in the habit of being able to get in tune with the combat system here, is the focus. It's gotten me out of a number of situations, being able to slow that time down and kind of pick off a few people. So we'll bump that up. We might want to start working on collecting those a little bit more, and then you can see the full scope of all the missions. So we've only had 7.7% of everything completed so far, and that's in terms of the challenges, the missions itself, the side missions, and then there's little minor things, as you can see, like kill 3 spiders. So little different hunting challenges and stuff that'll come up. We covered this last time. We've seen the different weapons and runes that can happen here. So we'll start taking a look at this after every video, starting the next one, so we can continue to see how things upgrade. You can see the screen for Sauron's army, which we just viewed. And then appendices is basically any of the things that we've been collecting, the plants, the various flowers, the artifacts and things that we'll discover, what we'll run into. So this is something that we can check out probably towards the end game if needed, and then you have tutorials and hints and stuff like that in here as well. But with that said, guys, I would love for you guys to like, subscribe, definitely feel free to share. Leave your comments though. Again, in the beginning of the video, we had asked what was your favorite Lord of the Rings game, or you can give us a character or something like that and why. Would love to hear from you guys. But with that said, it's been real. It's your boy Jersey Boy, and I'm out.